Well, the bands have been playing already for a couple of hours now at the inaugural Gulfport Music Festival.
Event organizers hope the music-filled weekend will get people very excited about the downtown area. Terrence Friday is there for us tonight and joins us live. Terrence?
Well, Jeff, some are saying it's one of the biggest music events that Mississippi has ever had. Others are saying it's just the biggest party that Gulfport has ever seen. But whatever you want to call it, the first ever Gulfport Music Festival is underway. And as you can see by the crowds behind me, things are looking well so far. I talked to an organizer. He said that right now they predict about 8,000 people here on the grounds of Gulfport, and that's especially great when you consider that there was a bit of a scare earlier because of the weather. Now, just to recap, tonight is Country Night. There's a local band all the way from Huntsville, Alabama on the stage by the name of Blackwater, and there will be other acts such as Steel Magnolia and a couple others. Tomorrow will be the pop and R&B hip-hop night, and there will be Train, Flo Rida, and just to name a few, and not to mention the many local artists and bands that will take to the stage. And I talked to organizers also. They said if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, it's not too late. Just go to the front and you can make your way down there and they will be glad to help you. That's all we have for now. We'll be back at 10 with more from the Gulfport Music Festival. But for now, I think I'm going to stay and enjoy a little bit of this music. Back to you.
Good. Thank you, Terrence. Well, tonight the streets near Hancock Bank's main office are filled with people for the very first ever Gulfport Music Festival.
The event has been going strong for about 6 hours now. Terrence Friday is there for us tonight live. Terrence, what's it look like down there tonight?
Yes, that's right. Right now, the streets of downtown Gulfport are filled with thousands of people, all just enjoying some of their favorite country artists. As you can see, the vibe is very good out here. Everyone seems to be having a good time. It almost reminds me of somewhat of a family reunion or something of that nature. And it's really good, especially taking into consideration all the hard work that went into getting downtown ready for this. It's almost like a celebration for all the work that's gone into it. I talked to a woman earlier today who's come all the way from New Orleans, and she says she's so glad to see the coast doing well, and officials say that it's gone so well that they'll do it again next year.
Everybody should be able to have a good time, and this is a great vibe out here tonight. I think they're doing a fabulous job out here for the first year. You know, it's something it's really got a good vibe out here tonight.
But Saturday should be just as big and or probably bigger. So yes, this will be around for a while. We plan on doing it again next year.
Now again, if you haven't had a chance to get your tickets yet, they will be available tonight late, and they open again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Live in Gulfport for WLOX News, Terrence Friday. Back to you.
All right, looks like a success. Thank you, Terrence.
And thousands of folks are already jamming out on day 2 of the Gulfport Music Festival.
We got something else.
That was Glenn Chandler Band, which kicked off the afternoon. When the gates opened, downtown venue people were literally running to snag a prime spot in front of the stage. Organizers say last night saw more than 8,000 people, and they expect tonight to be even bigger. Tonight at 10, we'll find out if spectators give the festival a thumbs up. The much-anticipated Gulfport Music Festival is not far from wrapping up. The festival was meant to celebrate how far the city's come since Katrina. Organizers are already saying it was a huge success, but do the spectators want it to return? We went to the crowds to find out in tonight's top story. Months of planning and hours of work have resulted in a transformation of downtown Gulfport into what organizers are calling the music venue of the year. Day 1 of the Gulfport Music Festival featured country acts to the tune of thousands. On day 2, even more flooded the gates for a prime spot.
This is the inaugural run at this, and we said all along that if it's a success, then we want to do it every year, and judging by the looks of yesterday's crowd and today's early crowd, we'll probably be back next year. Smooth
sailing on both days have organizers excited and planning for next year, and they aren't the only ones.
I think it's great. It's awesome. It's been a lot of fun.
It's probably one of the best things that's happened to the Gulf Coast since Katrina.
I think it's like really cool that they're doing it. They need to do it every year.
With packed crowds like this.
Locals, when they get here and they see all these people in downtown Gulfport, they've never seen that before, and that's kind of a shock. I was shocked.
Festival planners are confident that this won't be the last. They are making notes on what to improve and what to keep.
The acts are the main thing, and last night things went so smoothly. People liked the selection of country music we had, and I think they'll love what we have tonight.
Spectators, young and old, all seem to agree.
They should have it next year.
Organizers say they will meet with city officials in the next few weeks to discuss the future of the Gulfport Music Festival, including moving it to Jones Park once it's completed. The first ever Gulfport Music Festival is successfully behind us, and the event appears to have been a hit with downtown business owners as well. Workers with Sound Associates Incorporated out of Mobile spent the morning celebrating a successful work week and taking down what was left of the stage. But they weren't the only ones in a celebratory mood. Our WLOX News team stopped by some local businesses to see how they fared over the two-day event, and for the most part, everybody seems to agree that it was great for business.
It was well worth everything we had to go through. A little bit tired. I'm sure everybody's feet hurt, but I think it's been one of the most wonderful things I've experienced as a business owner down here.
City leaders and Music Fest organizers have already begun making plans for the event next year. The Gulfport Music Festival made good on its promise to be a hit for the coast and drive up sales for local businesses. Our Terrence Friday met with some business owners to see just how they fared over the two-day event.
Less than 24 hours ago, downtown Gulfport was packed with spectators for the first ever Gulfport Music Festival. Now the streets are empty and the stage is being disassembled. Sound Associates Incorporated, based in Mobile, has been working with the Music Fest all week. Workers there say they're grateful for the business, and it's one of the biggest events they've seen on the coast.
They have the Crawfish Festival and stuff like that, but this blew the top off all that.
No official numbers have been released, but for now, city officials say they're confident they met their goal of 10,000 people on the streets of downtown Gulfport.
We had a great atmosphere down here. A lot of people showed up. We're very pleased with the turnout.
The event's large turnout also meant massive exposure for local businesses in the newly revitalized downtown area. Business owners say they too are pleased.
And brought in thousands of people who probably haven't been here in years. So it was great exposure, and it was really, really good exposure for us sales-wise.
Simpson says Saturday sales for Lookout Steakhouse were much better than Friday, but in either case, the exposure was priceless.
I think it was more important the exposure that we got. Sales were about even to what we did the week before, and I think it was a whole new clientele base, and it was fantastic to see the activity in downtown Gulfport.
We are more than pleased and amazed. It's been a wonderful experience for not just our customers, our employees. They've all worked their little butts off, and I'm sure everybody made a pocket full of cash.
So even though the stage is coming down, Primo says he's already counting down days for the next Music Fest.
More work for the city. You know, Gulfport did a great job keeping everything situated, you know, with the local law enforcement and all that. Everything went well, man. We all look forward to it next year.
In Gulfport, Terrence Friday, WLOX News.
And that excitement for next year won't go to waste. Organizers are already discussing plans for the next Music Fest.